Welcome back to We Eat So Good. This week we have another bread recipe coming your way, but first I'd like to pause and say thank you to all our new and old subscribers. We finally reached 100!
Yeah, that was really exciting to see that, so if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button. If you like the videos, hit the like button. If you tried one of the recipes, we want to hear how it came out, or if you think we could do something different, we want to hear that too.
Or you could share a video just like this bread. This bread is great for sharing.
Absolutely. So here I'm just mixing up some classic bread ingredients in a bowl. I got my yeast, my water, my salt, but this time I'm using an Artisan bread flour from King Arthur. We use it every time we make this particular loaf of bread, this Italian bread. It comes out fluffy, it comes out chewy, it's just really good. I'd be interested to see how it would come out if I used a regular bread flour or even an all-purpose flour, so I might try that in an upcoming video, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And classic to any bread in this household, Danish dough hook.
Yep, Danish dough hook comes out. Here I'm mixing everything up in the bowl, just trying to get it into a ball here. Sometimes I'm able to knead the bread right in the bowl, but as I was doing this one, I realized I wanted a little more space just to really work it out. So get some flour on the counter and then just pull it out and start kneading it. How long did I knead this for? Do you remember?
Oh, I remember. I set a 7-minute timer.
Yep. This one worked out for 7 minutes, but you just keep going until it gets smooth and springy, and that's how you know you're ready to go.
This is why I am not the bread maker in this household.
Oh, this one's easy. This one's not that hard. Some of the other ones, like the pumpernickel's really stiff. This one's really easy to work. So you can see it spring back there, and then it goes back into the bowl.
The rising is my favorite part. It always seems like magic, especially because you have like the whole like cloth to reveal it.
Yeah, exactly. And it just kind of gets covered up. It's like a magic trick. And then you pull it off in a couple hours or however long it takes to rise. And there you have your bread dough. This one was nice and fluffy. And here's where the artisan part happens. So I cut it into thirds here, and I'm gonna roll it out each third into like these little snakes here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I was aiming for about 15 to 18 inches. It's not 100% even, so don't get stressed if it's not coming out perfect, because there's a little room for error.
I feel like there's always a little room for error with bread. It's kind of forgiving.
Absolutely, yeah, and it almost gives it a little bit more personality if it doesn't come out like it came from a factory or something.
It's artisanal.
It is artisanal. That gives you some license to make it kind of misshapen and weird and say, I did that on purpose. It's artisan. Deal with it. So here I'm braiding. I've never braided anything before, so Courtney had to give me a quick lesson with some dish towels because I didn't want to mess up the bread then try to unbraid it. I knew that would turn into a mess, but it worked out all right. I should have pressed the end together more there, but I kind of fix it as I go.
Yeah, you got it. It was funny teaching you how to do the braiding because it blew his mind the first time I went a little too fast.
But once you get it, you get it. And then I just tuck the end in here and on a little parchment paper, set it on where it's going to end up baking. So if you're going to use a baking pan, that's where you want it to end up. You don't want to handle it too much. Cover it up with the dish towel again, and then on the second rise, second magic trick, there it is.
It's so perfect. I mean, it's all even. Like, you couldn't tell that those snakes weren't the same size.
Thank you very much. And here I mix up some egg whites, just kind of beat them real quick, and then I use my classic weird little spatula to spread it out.
You love that thing.
I think it originally came with like a brush, like a pastry brush, but that got lost or broken or something, so I just used the spatula.
It got the job done.
Yeah, it works good. And then bunch of sesame seeds. Don't go light on the sesame seeds. Get a ton of them on there. They're kind of expensive when you go to buy them, but the flavor is definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's so crazy that such a little seed has so much flavor.
Into the oven. Look at that. It comes out golden brown on top. The braiding makes it look all fancy.
And the egg gave it a really nice crust. We should have knocked on it.
Absolutely. I can put in a sound effect or something. So there we go. Slice of bread, some room temperature butter. The bread's still a little bit warm, which is perfect.
And that's the good butter too. You can tell by how yellow it is.
Yep. Oh, what was that?
I think that might have been Morty.
Yep, instant replay. Look at that weird little cat hand.
He knew the good butter was out.
Yep. None for you, Mortimer. Sorry.